splitting the thing. We were all out of our minds. It was great. That's the night I drank I drank 13 Old Milwaukee's Best. And
I'm sorry.
And it was oh God, it tasted so bad. And then he was sitting. I was in the pool with 3 Spanish girls, and then he was sitting in the chair at the end of the pool, and he looked like he was sleeping. I was like, "Yo, dude, you sleeping?" He's like, "I'm not sleeping."
Now you're talking about your buddy that worked at GNC and he dropped the vitamin C, right? That's
the vitamin C, yeah. That vitamin. Yeah.
Well, you don't want to get scurvy.
No, you don't want scurvy. Those gums will get all nasty.
Well, I think that's just solid proof there that nothing will make Old Milwaukee taste better.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
True,
it doesn't matter
especially a little citric acid.
Doesn't matter how messed up you are, it still tastes bad.
That's why they call it the Beast. Ugh. Anyways, this next story here is, I think this is kind of messed up. I guess I would kind of have to be there, but it just shows you how wonderful people in Montreal or in Quebec are. This one's out of Saguenay.
As long as you're a Quebec resident, they are quite wonderful.
This is true.
As long as you speak French, they're quite wonderful.
Oh yeah, sacre bleu, bitches. A Quebec lawyer says police overreacted when they issued a 91-year-old woman a $122 fine for making too much noise with her rocking chair.
You know, you sent me this story when I was writing out the outline before the show, and I mean, why is the rocking chair so noisy? Is it the noise that the rocking chair is making on the floor? Was she in an apartment complex?
Yeah, she was in some kind of apartment complex is what they were saying. And
so I'm assuming it was a neighbor below her that was complaining about this. And just how heavy is this old bag if the rocking chair is making that much noise?
It doesn't say what size she is, but it was the officers handled it really, really bad. And they kind of issued a little unnecessary intimidation against the lady. And she's like, I don't think it's a good way to settle the matter, the lady told the CBC News. Of course, CBC got a hold of it, and so they're trying to her lawyers are trying to find a way to overturn a stupid-ass fine. But the Saguenay police spokesman said the complaint insisted that the officers take action against the woman. They're looking into whether it should have been issued instead of the ticket, more of a warning style situation.
I mean, that's what I was going to say. They can't just give
dude.
the lady a warning. She's in her 90s, for crying out loud. Yeah, she probably can't hear the noise that it's making.
We're going to give her a warning. What?
$122, that's a lot of money cutting out of her pension fund or whatever it is that she's getting. So
speaking of old people, my granddad's been barking at me to get up on the show again, so I don't know whether to let him or not. He said he's got some new stuff where he's working on. I don't know what's up with that.
Well, tell the listeners that are new to the show about your grandpa. Give them a little background.
My granddad is a rapper of sorts, I guess.
His name?
MC Clarence Renoir. His name is Clarence Renoir. He is not my blood. He is married to my grandma. I used to slam her out, apparently, what he likes to say all the time, which is always lovely to say about my grandma. I said, thanks, Granddad. So he's really your step-granddad. Yeah, he's my step-granddad, but I told my grandma I'd take care of him, stupid old man. Hope he's not listening. Sorry, whatever you are.
So he's wanting to get back on the show and, drop some rhymes or something?
Yeah, he wants to drop some rhymes. He's working on some new stuff because he was wanting to get in on that. We never got around to the double special thing because, Joey, the double special wrap-off.
Yes, yeah.
Because Joey went on Walkabout.
Yeah, we dropped the ball on that one, yeah.
So I talked to Chris and them the other week on the double special show. Find it on YouTube or go to doublespecial.com. or doublespecialshow.com. One of the two, you'll find it, or Google it. That's
Ooh, you caught yourself on that one. Or did you go over the line on that one?
I don't think I did. I think you'd have to turn it up to hear that.
We're trying to clean it up. Last week's show was completely explicit, extremely racist, and extremely intoxicated.
Racist.
When Hopi was on it.
That was none of our issue. That was none of our business. And he was just misunderstood on the nationality of one super fan, Charlie C. Chuck Porkins.
Well, from that, while we're talking about the Europeans, like the great Steve Hopi, Aldi in the news.
Oh, yeah.
This is crazy. Apparently, talking about an old lady getting a fine. Well, these Aldi employees got a heck of a find. Basically, over 13 Berlin Aldi stores, they discovered 850 pounds of cocaine hidden in boxes of bananas.
13 of the stores? I didn't see that part.
Yeah, it was spread out. It wasn't just one store. It was spread out. So the police are saying they're not releasing where the shipments came from, but they're saying it was estimated at $16.7 million.
We just want to know where they're going. Go to a party.
I never really had a reason to shop at Aldi. I've always heard about their great deals. And it's really kind of like a scratch and dent kind of store, right? I mean, it's like, a discount kind of thing.
Yeah, they save money by hiring a very small staff. You literally put a quarter into this little thing, and you pull your card out, and then when you put it back, you get the quarter back.
Right.
So they don't have to hire people to fetch out carts and all that mess. So.
Yeah, in Canada, we had a store like that. It was called No Frills. It was the same kind of concept.
Yeah.
You had to pay for the cart. You had to pay for the bags. You know, they put the groceries in. But, yeah, those places are kind of like the outlet store of grocery stores, I guess, if you will.
Yeah, the quality
of the TJ Maxx of grocery stores.
TJ Maxx has some good stuff.
You find some good finds in there, but apparently in Aldi you find much better finds.
Aldi's is like the German Family Dollar, is what it is.
Dude, the two brothers that own Aldi are two of the wealthiest guys in the world.
Well, that's because overseas it's a lot better quality. It's a lot, because it's over here. It's just
and both of them are like total recluses. They're renowned for that.
What is recluse?
And now we know why, because apparently they're trying to lay low with their drug empire that they've been building under the guise of Aldi. I mean, this is like
Well, come on, where did those bananas come from? Realistically,
we don't know.
Colombia, most
we
likely.
don't know. We don't know.
I can't believe they made it all the way over there. That's a lot. Nobody wants to sift through a bunch of bananas. There's a lot of crazy spiders. And
so what? Back up. I didn't know if I didn't necessarily hear if you said this or not. But was it the employees that found the banana boxes full of Coke, or was it who found them?
Yeah, workers at the stores.
And they reported it.
Obviously, not one cokehead on the staff.
Wow.
Any cokehead would have been like, oh! It would have been like, what's that, Tyrone Biggums? Oh! Red balls!
You're
You
like,
don't know me, Joe Rogan.
it's like, you work in the produce department, and you're like, man, somebody just sent us a pallet of bananas, and they're all bad. I gotta set them out back to be disposed of.
You in here for some marijuana? I used to suck for Coke.
Oh, little Bob Saget there.
I seen him. Huh?
The glitter bomber in the news again. Remember the glitter bomber? You're the one that brought him up, Miggy, in a show in the past. This 23-year-old Australian guy who came up with a website that advertised that he could glitter bomb your enemies. This site came out on New Year's Eve this past year, and it became a global viral hit overnight.
Yeah.
Well, he just sold it a month ago for $85,000.
Score.
True story. And he tells people when he was being interviewed by Yahoo, he says, don't underestimate a stupid idea. He described how this whole thing came about. Now, this website was known as shipyourенemiesglitter.com. And it was an idea, he's quoted as saying, an idea he had for a while, but he thought it was so ridiculous that he'd be wasting his time. Well, when he made this thing, he didn't even have certain things in place. Like when people were sending the email orders in, he would get the people would get the 404 message back saying, message can't be received, because he hadn't even fully set up the site. He set the site up on a whim, and within days it garnered so much media attention that he was completely unprepared for the response. He got thousands of orders, and he said immediately he was overwhelmed by the thing. He even said he really had no desire to turn it into a mini empire. He didn't even really think it was possible. And once it got as much traction as it did, he figured, you know what, I might as well just sell the thing, make some money. And since then, there's been all kinds of copycat glitter sites too. So this guy, he cashes in, he gets $85,000, and they asked him, they said, well, what are you going to do with the money? And he said flat out, I'm probably just going to drink it away. I'm just going to piss it away on drinking, probably.
Nice. That's the way to do it. Well, there's a website called revenge.com, and you could literally send somebody a dead fish, like doo-doo in a box, like animal doo-doo in a box. I mean, you name it, they will send it. They'll send if you got a person in your office that smells really bad, which I think this is kind of effed up. You can send them deodorant. You could send somebody mouthwash and a toothbrush. Like it's pretty messed up.
I don't think that's messed up. If you got somebody in your office that's got some stank on them,
why are you all up on them?
You don't have.
You don't have to be,
dude. If they're ripe, you don't have to be all up on them.
That's a great anonymous way to give them a hint. Yeah, I don't have any problem. Does it say on this article who bought the?
Yeah,
it actually doesn't mention who bought it. He does say that he basically spent a total of $30 to build this site.
Nice.
Wow. So you spend $30, you get back $85.
That's a nice return.
That's a hell of an investment.
Hey,
there.
the Newt's listening in live. Tell her we said hi.
Well, the old Nicole.
Yeah, she's listening live, man.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, Nicole, how you doing?
On the Cranial Mission Show, we appreciate the listeners that we get. We get a broad following. Whether you're here in the States, whether you are in other countries, we get a great following from Japan.
Yes, we do.
Great following from across the pond in England as well.
Thanks, mate.
And Australia, where this Glitter Your Enemies website comes from.
You can't.
So
Oops, did I say that?
Well, guys, we're going to jump into a quick commercial break. When we get back, I've got another segment we're going to get into that I titled Live at Your Own Risk. We'll tell you about that more when we get back. Stay with us.
Comrade, are you a wealthy man like myself, afraid to commit to marriage, fearful you wind up in courtroom next to Heather Mills? You work hard all your life, why you should forfeit half of your rubles if it doesn't work out, huh? A glorious 5-year plan, mail order brides, you will not have to pay arm and leg if marriage crumbles like Soviet Republic. My name is Boris Kuznetsov. I am previous owner of professional KHL hockey team in greatest league in the world. During my time as owner of Dimitrov Dictators, I realized some of business principles found in sports could be applied to love life. In Russian KHL, if you invest in players who no longer perform, we let contract expire. We do not do the same in marriage. Why? A glorious 5-year plan, mail order brides, we arrange union between shrewd single businessmen with eager young women from Eastern Europe. Take the lovely Svetlana from Siberia. This mobile 19-year-old farm girl is ready to please even the most elderly of men for rich Western lifestyle. After 5 years, the contract expires with renewal option. If she keeps icing the puck, she's out of luck, you know what I mean, huh? She don't want to go back to Siberia. It's as cold as walrus nipple. Or how about for you, blonde-haired, blue-eyed Katerina, who is former Soviet gymnast who just got released from corrective labor camp after 10-year sentence for making Russia look like toothless babushka in the 2002 Summer Olympic Games. Imagine what this little tart will do to your balance beam for a taste of Western freedom, huh? At Glorious 5-year plan, we pride ourselves on gorgeous collective of eligible and desperate women. So why not call me, Boris, at 1-800-RED-WIFE for free consultation. Come, be part of the people's revolution against conventional matrimony. And remember, at Glorious 5-year plan, we might be Russian, but we don't believe in redistribution of wealth. Aye, okay.
Hey, it's Harry Carey here. Have you lost a loved one? Perhaps a beloved pet? Well, I can get you in touch with Autumnelda and Little Bubbles. Then all you gotta do is call 1-800-ASK-HARRY, and I got you covered. Your deceased loved ones will be nothing more than a phone call away with Harry Carey's Liaisons to the Dead. Call me now at 1-800-ASK-HARRY. Here's Charlie from Toronto.
Harry Carey got me in touch with my Uncle Abe, and I found out he was the Sausage King of Chicago.
Then there's John from Salt Lake City.
My Meemaw Agnes told me where to find a fortune she had hidden from a bank robbery she had done in the early 40s.
So call me now and get in touch with your loved ones at 1-800-ASK-HARRY. That's 1-800-ASK-HARRY. Harry Carey here. I'm Toro the Cobb. And you know what you should be, Toro? The Cranial Mission Show with Ben Charles, Caleb Crispy, and Miguel Hito.
Welcome back to the Cranial Mission Show, folks. The triumvirate before you here live from my house, known as Charles Tower.
No, it's not good.
You okay? You trying to fit in there?
He's trying. God, why?
It's tight in here.
Why? It's better at this place. We going.
It's only 900 feet in here, Sancho. There's not a lot of room.
Going?
What place are
The
we
bar.
going? Yeah, well,
The
different
bars.
bars.
Okay.
Yeah. A little delayed plurality there.
Yeah, well.
You want to be a part of the show, you want to call in, you can do so, 813-438-6068. Ben Charles, Miguel Hito, Caleb Crispy, and, of course, the distinguished producer himself that you just heard from, Sancho Sanchez, who hails from San Pedro Sula, Honduras.
Hailing.
What's it known as?
No, it's not anymore. It's what's it, the place in Mexico right on the border? It's the murder capital of the world.
Oh, so where you're from is no longer the
No,
murder
that's-
capital of the world.
No, I had to look it up. It's
So
not.
you're in second place now.
Second and third now.
Yeah, you're always coming in last, aren't you, Sancho?
I come in the face.
What?
I'm coming first.
Oh, okay.
I meant first.
Okay,
first.
you come in first. Okay.
Sorry.
We're in this segment.